Okay, it's time for us to say goodbye to the human settlement. Goodbye to the human settlement. Wait a sec. Wait one prawn Finnegan minute. I was gonna say Finnegan's prawn minute, which sounds like a sort of delicious thing that someone would sell. Does this just go nowhere? It looked like you were building up to something. Prawn Finnegan. And not gonna lie, you've let me down. What was ever the function of... No, legitimately nothing. Nothing's up here. Did I see something actually? I'm going to investigate Mr. Potato Head. You can try to stop me. I don't know what business it is of yours, but that's, you know, that's your own thing to work out. Just don't step on my toes, I won't step on yours. Now that's a Slopey. Well, now hang on, Slopey. Slopey! Slopey, madam! Could this be? Could it be another Werther's Definitive? There's an entire place up there. A whole fish. Well, what's the game here then? What's the we've got an entire different human wet mystery. Before we can even think about leaving now. Wait, are you? You couldn't be. You are. You have in fact been the whole time. Well, for heaven's sake! Now this opens up a world of possibilities. Hitherto, or does it? Possibilities? Hello? Hello? Possibilities? 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 Hello? Hello? There's so clearly more game up there. But the possibilities aren't responding. How do I get up to your... Okay, never mind. There's ways, right? There's ways. Has anyone checked to see if there's a will? Because that'd confirm it. Once we find that, that'll be ways confirmed. Where was the thing that I just saw? Here we go. Well, now that must mean that you... Because now that I know that being slanted surface does not prohibit you from being climbable, what we can deduce from that is that this is definitely suspicious. Here we go. Up we go to Chumley's graveyard. There's another climby huff. Oh, careful. Careful, John Richardson, you've nearly won Game of the Year! Not sure how a comedian wins Game of the Year. He's a VR experience, is the thing. So immersive, we all thought that it was actually real. And then at the end of his set, you know, they take the Oculus off of you. They'd probably do something cheaper. Like, I imagine they wouldn't want such an expensive bit of kit. I mean, it's all kind of expensive, let's be honest. It's what makes it possibly the most remarkable, is like you'd think they'd perhaps spare some expense, but no. Well, you've brought me up to a lighthouse where there's only a big wasp, and I've had that now, and there's nothing else seemingly. And I'm not, you know, I'm not going to use the word cheated, but I certainly feel disappointed. I feel misled as to the significance of this place. You'd think there'd be something big up here. And again, maybe at some point there was going to be. Things did get changed in this game, and there's just wasps. There's just wasps. I thought there'd at least be a wedge. You're gonna drag me all the way up here for not even a single wedge? Any blocks I can... No. I wonder why I wedging bother, you know? I try so hard to climb all of your surfaces, get to the top of a lighthouse inland. Maybe this is something else. It looks very lighthouse-esque, but, you know. Ultimately, what my point is that you're not, I guess, respecting the effort. There's a lot that goes into this, and, you know, clearly you don't care. And I'm hurt. I'm honestly hurt by that. You will not be getting a good Yelp review, or whatever it is people do to communicate their opinions on things. I don't know how people express disgust. I'm not allowed to. I'm a critic, and that's not what critics are for, apparently. Where's the crime? Where's the crime that we all go to at night? Here it is. We all go to this crime at night. I don't know why. I guess because we know going in that we're not going to be getting crimed. The crime's already in progress. It's a crime in progress at night, is the thing. And we all want to watch crimes. None of us... You know, that's why we go to crime dramas. It's for the crime. We see the crime and it's good. And then, you know, we go through the whole rigmarole of solving the crime, because we've all got to pretend, you know... Because we all think nobody else is down for crime. Got to cling to this narrative that the crime needs to be stopped, when in reality we're all waiting for more crimes to happen next week. Everyone's thinking it, I'm just saying it. Crime. It's what's for dinner. Anything crispy round here? No, I don't think there's any more crispy rounds. Well, why do you look flonky bonkum? No. No reason. Nothing down here? Just so that I know for sure that I'm not missing any of a suspected up. Nope, that's a different angled rock, but that's about it. This side of the... well, fuck. Ah, that's why you looked different. It was to permit my exit. I'm glad you thought about that. I didn't want to have to jump into the abyss again. I've got somewhat negative memories about that experience the first time. Right. Advance! Wait, I thought you climb... I thought the bridge bit was a surface that you could climb. Well, there's no... No, that looks like it possibly goes deeper, but I think it's just a quirk of the floor texture. We know what's down the other way, because we just came from there. Why are you so slow on the surface of the water? Come on, let's get back to the bar! Okay. Alright, we're finally going somewhere. We're doing something. We're being good. Being good at the world. Ooh, cave. Oh, splishy clave. Clavane. Beyblade trailers. Okay. Oh! Puff. Your caves have gone greyer. It's fascinating to see. Oh. Well now. What's going on here? Smo! Spoffy sprinkles, look. Starting at from a diagonal point across the screen. That's interesting. They seem to be generated from a certain point on the screen, but then are a fixed point in the world as you turn the camera around? I mean, I don't know what that's for, because it doesn't give the illusion of a complete coverage of snow as you're walking along, because the entire top right quadrant of the screen is just nothing. Nothing doing. Soul Reaver, what's your plan here? What's all this about? Oh. That seems important. What is... Let's just check everywhere else first, because I might forget to otherwise. What are you? You've got a boy here. That boy is now dead. There's a spuff. There's some rocks. Oh, let's avail ourselves of this. Yeah. Lovely fire. I thought that set you alight. That does. Thought the projectiles did it as well, which was what actually made it beneficial. Yeah, there we go. I guess it's a matter of Chumley's will. If Chumley wills it, so shall it be. Such will be the case with you, dear friend. Yes, I'm starting to understand Chumley's design for the world. Those who can comprehend the will of Chumley shall be forever blessed. You looked like there was something in you. No. No, false alarm. It's a sundial. We can't do anything with the sundial yet. I just want to, because we're part way through the episode. The castle itself will probably be its own thing. So I just want to make sure, sort of mop up any secrets that may or may not exist, so that we can be in a better position. And also because I don't want to get lost later. It's nice to not get lost. You know? Getting lost, quite stressful. Not getting lost, opposite of that. Ain't rocket science. The diagonal snow is unsettling me now. It's starting to just weigh on my mind, my conscience. I somehow feel like the snow is my fault. Yes. All of your plums have left. They grew legs and walked away because you're not good enough. Aha! Makes sense that there'd be one. Good of you to find it. Oh, I feel like all of this being the case, we should at least enter the place, because, you know, we've done a lot of walking around, but not actually accomplished anything. Really, I mean, we got into the new area, but, you know, there was a bunch of faffing about at the beginning with a path that went nowhere. Nowhere but to wasps. Which is the canonical name of them now, I've decided. We've seen some snow. I always had it in my head it was ash for some reason, I don't know why. Could be either. Could be either, we don't know. All I know is it's here. It's here and it works according to laws I can't quite fathom. Drift towards it. I thought we got a cutscene. Maybe it's down here. Anything? I thought an octopus was going to speak to us. Will the octopus speak to us in the next room? I think maybe the octopus will speak to us in the next room. Huh. I don't really know how... I think what I'll do here, because I don't know when the next natural end point is going to come, I'll do this like I've done Sekiro, where I'll just do it all as... record it all as one session until I beat Dumas. And then split it into however many parts. That seems like the most sensible option here.
This city once teemed with the life of my kind. Could it be that other clans had suffered the same fate as mine? In his madness, could Cain spare none of his brood?
It was not Cain, but Dumas' own arrogance that brought the downfall of his clan. These are human weapons, Raziel. Believing themselves invincible, Dumas and his offspring failed to see an attack coming from the least likely assailants. Complacent in their arrogance, they were taken by surprise, allowing the human vampire hunters to decimate their ranks with little resistance. The few that escaped have been reduced to scavengers.
Good. There we go. That's that established. Right. No clue what that was. I think a shuft is unavoidable. Oh, I'm gonna lose my Fire Emblem 3 houses, which I've not played, but I'm mentioning anyway. Oh well. Shuft. No new paths to upward barnacles? No. No, of course there aren't. No one ever wants me to get to the upward barnacles. I'm not allowed to. Ooh, you, hey, hoo, booby dooby doo 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 doo. Drink you. Okay, so that's the thing I need to move. I need to be physical in order to move it. It's all simple stuff when you know who's walking around it. More shuffidry. Yes, I remember this being a shufty time. There's more shufts here than there are perhaps at your local grocer's. Stop being around me! What's the way that I want? What's the good place that you can go to? There's a blocky block. I think we go in here, determine where the blocky block's got to be pushed, because clearly we got to push it. You know, that's obviously the point. Get rid of you, because you are a nuisance and an interference and problem, and a blasphemy upon the world, a mockery of God's creation. Is that an actual... You could... So that's sort of an entrance to something? My assumption would be you need to push it over here. That would be what I think. Oh, hello. Well, let's see. Let's see where that gets me, following that logic. You've got to be willing to test it. You know the old saying, testy woo, spirits a-ho! Shift it. Switch fit. Switch fit. Really do. Okay, I think that's that as far as that can go. For all we know, it's starting to snow. A drawbridge. Oh. Okay, force me to look at your drawbridge, why don't you? So that opens it, clearly. But apart from that, more shufferdry down there. Wait a second. You've got suspicious places in your heart. I'm left wondering how we start to confront the ideology that dehumanizes many. I don't know where I'm going with this. Help me. Help me to understand a snaky serpentine squiggle hall. With big doors! Are they doors? Are you doors? Just a blockage. I assume you're moved elsewhere. This is a good bit of the soundtrack, by the way. In this whole section, I quite like it. The chanting is nice. And sort of the bippy-dippy boops and doops that it's doing on some sort of stringed instrument. You don't have to fully understand what I'm saying. Don't really know what I'm observing about that, but I do think it's quite nice. You've nice fixtures, brother. Now, herein lies the rub. Because my question for the court is as follows. Do you even shift? Oh, they go up. They go up is the thing. I knew there was some correlation between doing that and those moving, but it was in the wrong direction, so I do still need to go through here with a disconcerting purple bit. What is up with that? Someone's been emptying glow sticks. Someone's been writing. The writing's on the wall. in a language none can understand. I mean, there's more things I need to remove. Can someone make me a physical creature again? What's all of this? This is the other side of the drawbridge. Okay, so we are here now then, but I guess there's need for that to be open. Oh. Chumly! Chumly, stop babbling. You've not got any need to do it. You've... 3 frogs. Voila. Well, there's things we need to know about certain nectarines at this point. I would love to, like... Can I have a physical body? That's just a big fella. I can see salvation there. There's the faint wisps of portalage. Why I just have to be a ghost forever now? What's the plan here? What's the point of this game? Is this how you do me? You don't have to make problems for me at night. More frogs. Oh, what a delight. Okay, I've got a theory. But it's going to cost you 5 and 6pence. It's going to cost you at least part of a Terry's chocolate orange. And if it doesn't... the king will be upset. Which really isn't our problem. The monarchy are, after all, parasites. But the point is that I now need to call into question whether or not the upward ledges of Schuft were actually out of my reach to begin with. Yeah, they clearly are. Yeah, no, I'm not misremembering that. They're very much not available to me. Well, this is gonna be somewhat troublesome to wrap my head around.